Hi and welcome back to Learn Python by Doing number 7. In this video, we'll talk about one of the most useful functions along with map, which is filter. Okay, so the filter function, it creates an iterator from elements of an iterable. So remember, iterables right now, they are lists, dictionaries, they are strings, etc. For which a function returns true. So in other words, it filters an iterable based on a condition given by a function. Okay, so now let's see how this works with an example. So we're going to filter a list of strings based on a condition that it starts with the letter A. So let's create our fruits list: apple, avocado, and grapes. Okay, so now we're going to create our filtered fruits, and we're going to say filter, and the first argument of the filter function needs to be, well, it can be your own function, but we're going to use lambda function because this is an easy task, and we're going to say that the lambda function receives an argument, which is the fruit, and fruit starts with A. So this is a method for strings. If this is equal to true, then it's going to be returned. Otherwise, it's not going to be returned. And the second argument of filter is going to be the iterable, which is fruits. Okay, so this function already returns true or false based on the condition that the fruit starts or not with A. So we can omit this part, but for sake of clarity, we're going to let it be like that. So you have clear that this needs to return true. If this is another function that does not return true, then you have to somehow make it return true or false. Okay, and we're going to print the filtered fruits and see that this is a filter object. That means that we can call this a special method called next and see the elements of the filter object. So the first one is apple, the second one is avocado, and if we try to do next again, then we have this stop iteration exception, because remember, iterators can only be iterated once. So if we want to iterate again, we have to create the iterator again. So let's see the elements. Creating a list. So let's create again the filtered fruits filter object, and as you can see, we have a list of strings. The first element is apple and the second element is avocado. So extremely easy, extremely useful. And remember, if you have more complexity in the logic of the filter of the condition, then you can define your own function and pass it directly to the first argument of the filter function. Okay, so now let's see another example where we filter a dictionary based on the condition that the value must be greater than some number. So now let's create a fruits dictionary, and it's going to be apple, and let's say this is the quantity that we have in our store. Avocado, let's see, 40, watermelon, let's say we have 50, and grapes. Okay, so now we have the fruits along with the quantity, and now we want to know which fruits have more than 70 products or 70 elements or whatever. Okay, so we want or let's say 50, so we have two elements. So we're going to have apple and grapes, and let's see how we can do this. Okay, so filtered fruits is going to be filter, and well, we have to pass the lambda function. Okay, so here we're going to have fruit, but okay, before specifying the lambda function, I have to say something. Remember that if we iterate through a dictionary, then we are iterating through the keys of this dictionary. But if we want to iterate through the keys and the values, then we have to call this method called items. So before doing this filter function, let me show you what happens if I do this. Okay, so let's create this. Let's uncomment this. Okay, so we have a dictionary consisting of we have a list consisting of tuples, and the first element is the key and the second element of the tuple is the value. So this is an iterator, so we can pass to the filter function. So let's uncomment this, and we're going to pass fruits.items. So the lambda function is going to receive a tuple. Well, we should call it t, and the second element of this tuple is the value, so that's t1, and we want this to be greater than 50. Okay, so now we have our filter fruits. So now let's print the result of filter fruits. Okay, so we have a list of tuples, apple with 60 and grapes with 200. That's because this value here is greater than 50 and this value here is also greater than 50. But notice that here we have a list of tuples and not a dictionary itself. So this is very easy to fix. Just create the... Okay, so we're going to say this is a fruits filtered dictionary, and just pass the filter fruits to this dict. So, but first let's create the filter fruits object again, and now let's see the content of this dictionary. So as you can see, this is the same dictionary but filtered. So great, we have achieved what we wanted to do. And well, I haven't specified or explained this dict, but you can pass here a list of tuples and it will create a dictionary out of that list of tuples. So that's how we create our filtered dictionary. Okay, so I hope you like this video. This is very, very useful. And before ending this video, I want you to notice that we have this function also in JavaScript. So if you want to learn a little JavaScript here and see the similarity with Python, then stay with me. Here in the console, we're going to define again our, well, in this case, it's going to be a fruits array. So we define our fruits array. And now let's see, result is going to be fruits.filter, and here we're going to have our filter function. And okay, so this will be fruit, and we're going to see fruit starts with a, and as you can see we have the same result. So you can see the similarity. We receive the fruit and we simply specify the condition here. We don't have to pass another argument here because we're calling this method directly. This is a method from this iterable, which is fruits. So now we ended this video. I hope you like it and see you in the next one.